With the new school year comes new changes and additions to USM's dining plans. Stay tuned to see what students have to say on the topic.
Law enforcement has been taking action in order to track speed zones. Many are irritated by these actions. Continue watching to learn more.
All this and a little bit more on SMTV. SMTV News for Thursday, September the 5th starts right now.
From the Chuck Scarborough Television Studio on the campus of the University of Southern Mississippi, this is SMTV News. News you can use.
Hello, USM. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kennedy Drake.
And I'm Bethel Miles. Let's get right into our top stories for today. The University of Southern Mississippi has made changes to its meal plans for the upcoming academic year by adding a guaranteed $300 in bonus bucks. However, this new addition comes with more than just that cost. Our very own Suvi Loma has more on this story.
We're in front of the Fresh, USM's only dining hall. Eagle Dining released new changes to the meal plan this semester. Let's hear from the students about what they think.
My opinion on the extra 300, guaranteed dollars. I think it's a good and a bad thing. I think it's good because it gives students more options to eat on campus, especially students who are commuters and don't necessarily have a meal plan. But I would say the opposed side to that would be just charging us more for it, you know? I think the school could have afforded to give an extra $300, you know, considering that tuition did rise this semester. And yeah, there's over 2,000 new freshmen here, so I feel like they could have just gave us the $300 free of charge.
Just over summer, the University of Southern Mississippi made some interesting changes to its Diversity and Inclusion Department. The department was previously known as the Office of Inclusion and Multicultural Engagement. It is now being rebranded as the Office of Community and Belonging. One of the purposes of this title change is to broaden the various communities in which the office supports. The mission of the newly renamed department can be found on the university's website page for diversity and inclusion. The statement says its goals are to provide experiences that foster growth in students, to make campus a more welcoming community, and to help students become globally aware of citizens. Many universities across Mississippi are taking similar steps within their own diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. According to a statement given to Mississippi Today, these changes in fact do not cut back on the programs and scholarships set in place to support students within the area of this right now. However, many are still unsure of how this will affect programs in the future.
Now, although artificial intelligence has been a hot topic in academia for a few years, Southern Miss still does not have an official stance on the issue. SM2's Nishranika Perkrau has more on the story.
The university requires each professor to state their policy in the syllabus for the class. The most common stances that professors can take for their classes are permissible use, encouraged use, and prohibited use. The provost has not given an official stance on the topic yet. Dr. Kelly Lester, the Associate Provost for Faculty Success, has spoken on the behalf of the Provost.
I am standing outside Lucas Administration Building to get the Provost's opinion on the use of AI in academic writing.
I really don't think that we need to have a stance. AI is a tool, and I wouldn't have a stance on, say, a calculator or using a phone. So it's more about what is the tool in my classroom and how are we using it, which is why it's up to each professor in their class, because they are the experts and they are the ones who know what their field looks like and how AI might interact.
Since the university has no official stance on the issue, it is up to each professor to decide how much AI the students can use. However, it raises the question of what would happen if the policy was not stated in the syllabus. Dr. James Thomas from Academic Integrity has acknowledged that question in an interview with Student Prints.
We normally recommend the faculty have the conversation with the student first to kind of find out what happened. And so what can happen from that point is that a faculty member and a student can have a conversation. And if it's just a minor issue, again, if it's not the majority of the work that was needed, then they can have, we refer to it as just a faculty facilitation. And they just have a conversation about, here's what happened. we have to document this, but it may not have any major impacts on the final outcome of the assignment or of the course. Again, depending on the faculty's view of it and things like that, and also what sort of coursework it is.
Different students from different majors feel differently about the situation. While some students think artificial intelligence has no place in academia, others want to make the most of the tool. Muhammad Shamir Siddiqui, a biomedical sciences major.
I think that using AI in the classrooms is beneficial for the students, but I can also understand why professors and teachers don't like it, because when you use AI in the classroom, I feel as a student, it simplifies a lot of the mundane tasks that you have to do as a student, you know? Like, for example, writing the procedures out in a lab. I feel like in a laboratory setting, if you read the procedures, then you really don't need to write them out again in order to understand them. And using artificial intelligence can kind of simplify the process.
While there has been much confusion regarding the topic, the university is unlikely to take an official stance anytime soon because of the varying roles of artificial intelligence in different majors. AI is simply a tool that professors must have a policy on. Nishrenika Pokhrel, SM2 News.
After a long process, including 5 town hall meetings held in each ward of the city, the Hattiesburg City Council voted unanimously to launch the Radar Camera Assistance Program back in April. SMTV's Bethel Miles has an update on how the pilot program is affecting the community.
The city of Hattiesburg is testing out a new technology to help change behavior in active school zones.
What we've started doing is we use camera-assisted radar in the Woodley School Zone on Hardy Street near 21st Avenue and Grace Christian, which is on 7th Street. And really, this is about safety for kids.
The community is split in two as far as reaction to the program goes. Parents of the schools praise the idea, but still have some concerns.
I feel like they are working, you know, for the kids that do walk. For the most part, when they see them, they kind of slow down. But it's still a lot of
While on the other end of the stick, students and residents like Lauren Johnson are facing different problems with the system.
So I didn't even know it was happening. They took a picture of my license plate, and my car is registered under my dad's name. So they gave him the ticket. He wasn't even driving, and he's from Alabama. Like, I'm in Hattiesburg. He had the court date in Hattiesburg, and it was just ridiculous.
Now, residents have explained their confusion and frustration under posts on social media, to which Mayor Barker voiced the plan's main focus is to
trying to change behavior and not just raise revenue.
Because
I get we're in a hurry, we have a lot of distractions, we're on our phones, but when you see a blinking yellow light in the morning or in the afternoon, just slow down. 15 miles an hour, it's really not that hard.
In Hattiesburg, Bethel Miles, SM2 News. It's simple, just don't speed in school zones. Now, coming up after the commercial break, we have our SMTV weather report, flash news briefing, and a couple more things we're sure you'll enjoy. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
High THC products can cause cannabis-induced psychosis and come with increased risks of suicidal thoughts, planning, and attempts.
Just Say No, KNOW. Go to justsayno.org today for the facts.
Welcome back to SMTV. I'm Rachel Brox, your SMTV weather reporter. For this week's forecast, Thursday is going to be very humid. There will be a high of 78 and a low of 71. Make sure you bring an umbrella with you before you leave the house because there is a 73% chance of rain on Thursday. Now onto our 5-day forecast. Friday's temperature will drop to a high of 76 and a low of 68. However, Saturday through Tuesday's temperatures will remain in the 80s for their highs and in the 60s for their lows. There will be passing clouds all throughout this week, but Sunday is the only day with fully predicted clear skies. Saturday is going to have mostly cloudy skies along with Tuesday, and Monday will have scattered clouds throughout the day. Next up is our rain chances. Friday will jump up to 84% after Thursday's showers, and then Saturday there is a 24% chance of rain. Sunday takes the cake with the lowest rain percentage of this week at only 2%. The rest of this week will stay along in the 20% area for rain. So just to be safe, you may want to carry an umbrella with you this week. Thank you for joining us for your SMTV weather report. This has been Rachel Brox, and I'll see you again soon. Now on to more news with Kennedy and Bethel.
Thank you for that lovely weather report, Rachel. Now it's time for your Flash News briefing. For state news, the Mississippi Highway Patrol stated that 15 citizens were killed in car crashes over the Labor Day holiday. These deaths happened all across Mississippi, from Grenada County to Stone County to Wilkins County and even Prentiss County. Included in these untimely deaths was a bus crash that happened in Warren County. 7 people were killed in the incident with the bus. Mississippi is top in the country for highest number of fatal vehicle accidents. Many citizens are nervous when traveling during Labor Day holiday, and not without reason. The Mississippi Highway Patrol was very busy over the holiday weekend. They made 122 DUI arrests, issued 123 citations, and responded to 155 car crashes. The deaths from car crashes that took place over Labor Day weekend, reported by the MHP, were over double the fatalities from these same dates last year. General car crashes, injuries, and fatal car crashes have all gone up since last year. All crashes remain under investigation.
Yeah, that was a really sad story, and we have another one for you in national news. Ricky Parcell, a rookie wide receiver for the San Francisco 49ers, was shot in an armed robbery. Now, the shooting happened in San Francisco's Union Square around 3:30 p.m. on Saturday. The suspect is a 17-year-old boy who has not yet been identified. He apparently robbed Parcell at gunpoint, stated Police Chief William Scott. Both Parcell and the suspect were struck by the gunfire from the suspect's weapon. Parcell is predicted to miss the first 4 games of the NFL season. From a statement that his mother released on Facebook, apparently the bullet entered through his chest and exited out his back, thankfully missing vital organs. The 49ers have issued a statement where they said he's in serious condition but is stable. They also released from the hospital on Sunday, September 1st. Local police have not yet announced the possible motive, and there was no induction. Parcell was targeted because of his athletic status. After the shooting, Parcell has become an addition to the list of NFL players who have become victims of gun violence.
We still have SM2 Sports and Community Calendar left in the show. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere. SMTV will be right back.
Actually happens in our brains, not our ears. Our ears are like mail carriers that deliver sound, so our brains can figure out what's going on. So what is going on? Well, it's pretty simple. When our ears work better, our brains hear better. And that's a happier thing. Like Happy Dance Happier.
Hearing loss puts you at greater risk for dementia. So see a hearing professional and let's get those ears checked.
I am studying to be a NICU nurse, to give back that same care that I received. I was born at 26 weeks and was in the NICU for 89 days. Having a support system like March of Dimes is it's needed, it's necessary. Improving maternal and infant health is as important today as it was then. Join me in making a difference in the lives of families everywhere.
The new Walk MS experience was so uplifting. All of us are coming together, not only for that walk day, but for every day.
I love the energy at Walk MS. It is community, it is family. I can ride that high for the rest of the year.
A cure is on the line for me.
A cure is on the line for all of us.
Hello and welcome back to SMTV. I'm Emily Blue here with this week's community calendar to keep you updated on events happening around your community. This Friday is the return of the legendary Friday Night at Spirit Park. Come enjoy some amazing food, good vibes, and a great performance from our very own Pride of Mississippi. So come hang out at 6 p.m. in Spirit Park. Then immediately after at 9 p.m. at The Rock on Friday, be there for a great Southern Miss Screaming Eagles. Students will have a chance to run on the field before the big game on Saturday. This is an opportunity you do not want to miss. Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated presents BMF Week. This week consists of many events throughout Hattiesburg and the campus of Southern Miss. The events will last from September 5th through the 7th. Follow them on Instagram at USM Sigmas for more updates on their future events. Come out to bring awareness to lesser-known artists in the community. Into the Light will bring more attention to composers by offering an understanding of how personal experiences impact these artists. This event will be on September 7th at 5 p.m. at University Baptist Church and is free for the community to attend. Thank you for tuning in to the community calendar. This has been Emily Blue. Take it away, Bethal.
Thanks so much for that update, Emily. In an ever-changing collegiate sports landscape, NIL has been prominent in the new era of college sports. But one has to wonder, how does it truly affect Southern Miss sports? SMTV reporter Devin Watson has more on the story.
Ever since the introduction of NIL in 2021, it's given collegiate athletes at all levels and regardless of sport a chance to be compensated. Whether it be through their play on the field or how popular they are off it, it gives athletes a chance to be paid or have their likeness be allowed to be used. But to truly find out the impact on NIL on Southern Miss athletics, I recently sat down with Peter Bain of Tutor Talk Collective to learn more about its impact on all Southern Miss athletics and to figure out how does it help student athletes.
You know, since 2021, when the laws changed in the NIL world, you know, To The Top Collectives, in my opinion, done a phenomenal job of just making sure we're keeping up with the ever-changing landscape of college athletics. And the biggest thing is just making sure that our student athletes know there is a resource and a platform for their brand to grow here at Southern Miss.
The impact of the collective has been noticeable, and a big believer of the collective is football head coach Will Hall, who goes on to say,
"Yeah, NIL is the best thing to happen to Southern Miss in a long time, you know, and our fans are embracing it. They've got to continue to embrace it. It's given us an edge. You're able to see that in the big three sports, in football, men's basketball, and baseball, and the way we've recruited. And if our fans will continue to take hold of this and latch on to it and use it as a way to prove that we're the best fan base in the country, we could really, really do some great things and put ourselves in position to be competitive with, you know, I think with even ACC, Big 12, and lower SEC opponents in that space."
This has been Devin Whitson for Southern
Deciding
Miss
who
TV.
to vote for is important. There are people, organizations, and foreign adversaries trying to trip us up, manipulate our views, and redirect or even discourage our vote. Whether it's bogus claims designed to stop us from voting or convincing digital fakes trying to sway our opinions, we all need to double-check our facts. Watch out for phrases that frequently accompany political disinformation like "make this go viral" or conspiratorial statements like "the media won't cover this." It's your vote, not theirs. Use it wisely. Be informed, not misled.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dad. Happy birthday to you.
What are you going to wish for, Grandpa?
Don't just wish you had taken care of your hearing loss. Take action today. Visit actnow.onhearing.com to learn the signs.
What's up, Golden Eagles? I am your new SMT sports anchor, Gabriel Calhoun. Now let's get right into the new season of SMTV. Kicking off SMTV sports with some Golden Eagle football. The football team this past weekend squared off against Kentucky in Lexington. The Golden Eagles lost to the Wildcats 31-0 in the first game of the season. The Golden Eagles will be back Saturday for their home opener against Southeastern Louisiana. Now swinging over to soccer. Our Golden Eagles have their eyes set on big things this season. I caught up with them to discuss these expectations.
Season would definitely be to score a goal, which I did, but as a team, it would definitely be to go to conference tournament this year and go as far as possible.
Unfortunately, our Golden Eagles soccer team is off to a rough 1-2 start after their loss to Alabama. These ladies will be back in action this Sunday at home as they take on the UAB Blazers. Now over to volleyball to see what they've been serving up. This past weekend, our volleyball team held a home opening invitational. In this invitational, they cleaned the house, winning all 3 matches against Jacksonville, Northwestern State, and Southern. Now for the moment we've been waiting for, your player of the week. For this week, it's Sonny Shepard. Miss Shepard had 17 digs in all 3 sets versus Southern University. That has been your SMTV Sports Report. I'm Gabriel Calhoun. Until next time, Southern Miss.
Hello and welcome back to SMTV. Today in entertainment, Disney and DirecTV have gotten into a debacle about the two companies' partnership and have left eager audiences in the dark. Apparently, DirecTV refused to resign its contract agreement with Disney regarding access to the channels, such as ESPN and certain ABC channels. The DirecTV company was trying to make a stand against Disney's dominating control of consumer content. Disney pulled various channels from DirecTV just before the NFL season is expected to start. Millions of consumers were left in the dark about this dispute. DirecTV is asking for a less pricey distribution wall in order to make smaller channel packages for consumers who only want specific channels. According to DirecTV, Disney wants to chase maximum profit and dominant control at the expense of consumers. However, Disney claims that it will not enter into agreement that undervalues its television channels and programs. The two companies still not have some agreement regarding a distribution contract. DirecTV is taking steps to compensate consumers who were affected by Disney's decision to pull a majority of its channels. Most consumers are still in an upset because of the untimely decision right before the college football kickoffs in the upcoming NFL season. It's time for Southern Miss Today, presented to you by WSM, the radio division at Southern Miss Student Media.
Now please give a warm Golden Eagle welcome to Dr. Jonathan Yarrington. Hello, Dr. Yarrington. How are you doing today?
Hi. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Of course, of course. Now, just to kind of start with, would you give us a little biography of yourself?
Sure. I was born and raised in southeast Idaho. Grew up playing the violin, singing all through school. Went to college my first year to be an engineer, and then switched over to music and studied music through all 3 degrees. My master's was at the University of Nebraska, did my doctorate at North Texas, and finishing that, I got the job here at Southern Miss, and I'm beginning my 11th year teaching here.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's been a wonderful place to be.
Absolutely. Now, North Texas is a well-known font of musical talent. Is it hard to compete in a place with so many other stellar artists?
Well, the University of North Texas College of Music is the largest college of music in the country, and also has the original jazz studies program, and it's huge. So, yeah, being an undergraduate there, I think, would be challenging, but as a doctoral student and a tenor, it was a wonderful place, and the Dallas-Fort Worth area in general was just a wonderful place to be in the arts, to be a performer. There was so much support for that, so many opportunities, and I found I really thrived there. And the other graduate and doctoral level singers and performers there, I think really flourished. It was a great environment for me to learn and build my craft and continue my education.
Absolutely, and it's, wonderful to build so many networking experiences with the people you also went to school with. Is there anything other than the music or the story that led you to pick Die Schöne Modehin for this event?
Yeah, my colleague and friend from Georgia College, Owen Lovell, reached out and said, hey, would you like to do this piece? Okay. And Schubert wrote 2 song cycles, which Die Schöne Modehin is one. And I've done his other one called Winterreise a number of times. It was, in fact, the first recital I did as a doctoral student at North Texas. But I've never done this other piece, Die Schöne Modehin, and Owen never had either. And through a mutual friend, we got in touch, and he said, hey, do you want to do this? And I said, I've never done it. Let's do it. And that was sort of how that collaboration got started. We gave a performance of it in the spring at Georgia College, where Owen teaches, and now we're doing it here.
Listen, it has been a pleasure, along with some bumps and bruises, but thank you so much for watching SMTV. Make sure to visit our social media pages, like, follow, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Southern Miss Student Media. If you'd like to submit a news tip, email us at sm2news@usm.edu.
Also, if you would like to advertise with SMT Media, please reach out to Joshua Wilson at joshua.wilson@usm.edu. You can find all these stories and more on our website, smtmedia.com. That's it for Southern Miss TV. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on our next show. Always remember, Southern Miss to the top.
Everybody look at camera, folks.